Welcome in to a special edition of Seahawks Today Live. Tyler Jones here with you. So glad to have you with us as we are reacting to the breaking news this hour that Geno Smith has signed a 3-year, $105 million extension to remain with the Seattle Seahawks. We will react to it. I got plenty to get to. We're going to ask for your thoughts. We also are going to get to my takes. All of this. We have a super chat menu. We're going to party. We're going to celebrate this big news today. And as you guys are filing in, this is our build-up portion of the show before we officially get started. If you haven't already, you need to subscribe to the channel. We'll put the subscribe link in the chat for you so you can be a part of what we're doing each and every day here on Seahawks Today. Closing in on 35,000 subscribers here. Sublink is in the chat. If you're not already subscribed, what are you waiting for? We're bringing you Seahawks coverage each and every day. We told you earlier the news that was reported that Geno was likely not going to get the franchise tag. Now it makes sense why he wasn't getting the franchise tag, because they had this deal ready to go. So if you haven't already, subscribe right now to the channel for the latest happenings on your favorite team. The offseason is covered right here on Seahawks Today. We are your Seahawks off-season headquarters here. It's why you subscribe. We have the latest happenings in your favorite team. We're talking free agency, trades, draft, and more. We do live shows every Wednesday as well. And when news breaks out, just like what you're seeing here, we'll go live and get you instant reaction and thoughts as well. Sublink is in the chat. Subscribe now as we're going to be talking Geno here on today's show. I got 142 people watching so far. Make sure you hit that like button as you file in here. The more likes we get, the more people we get watching and be a part of this party that we're going to have here today to celebrate Geno Smith getting this 3-year extension. A big win for the Seattle Seahawks to get Geno on a $35 million deal per year for the next 3 years. I'm excited about it. Pro Bowler, comeback player of the year. This is a big win for Seattle to get him at this rate. As you guys file in, as we build up this show, shout out your city. Where are you watching from today? We are coming at you from the Chat Sports Studios here in Dallas, Texas, is where we're at. Myself, Nicholas Roloff is here with me today. Rolly, we'll hear from coming up in just a moment. But shout out your city, and we'll get you on the show. That's the easiest way to get a shout-out is by shouting out where you guys are watching from. I see Reese says, go Hawks. I see AP Ranch is in Hamilton, Texas. Check it in. Thank you, AP Ranch. Let's see. We got Space Dust Cards in Montana. Andrew says, congratulations, Geno. Blake is live from his house. Gavin is in Katy, Texas. I got Pirate Girl in Seattle, state of Washington. Houston checking in for Aiden. Modesto, California for JTB Voodoo. Archie Cunningham says, go Hawks. David says, Boise. Cole is in Phoenix. Davis in Denver. Let's see. We got Tallahassee, Spokane, Everett, Maple Valley, Washington, Kennewick, Washington, the Tri-Cities, Los Angeles, California. Go Hawks from Tampa. I see Texas, Deer Park, Washington, Lake Stevens, Washington, Florida State, Florida. Awesome stuff there. Grade the Geno Smith reaction. What do you think of the contract? I like it. I think it works at $35 million. What say you? A, B, C, D, or F? Let us know in the comment section below. We're going to get right to it here in just a moment. Before we do, though, I want to show you the Super Chat menu. We're going to have a good time today. Look, folks, I want us to enjoy this moment, to celebrate Geno getting this. So here's what we're going to do. We have our DK song, as always, for $5. But in honor of number 7, we're going to do $7 shots for Geno Smith. Look, he's a little richer today, and the Seahawks got their guy for the next 3 years. Fireballs in hand, ready to go. $7 for every $7. Me and Rolly are going to be taking shots to celebrate our guy Geno Smith and enjoy ourselves here on this Monday afternoon, which we are declaring Geno Smith Day here on Seahawks Today. $10 will do a little beer cheers. Got my Miller Lite in hand, ready to go. $25 will do some beer chugs. And every $150 that comes in, we got the boot ready to go. 3 beers in one. We'll drink it as fast as possible and have ourselves a good time today for every $150 that comes in. $100 gets you a spot in the Boot Hall of Fame today. Maybe you want to be inducted in the Boot Hall of Fame and bring Geno Smith along with you to have him him inducted on the Boot Hall of Fame there on Geno Smith Day. $100 gets you a spot to be our newest member here on the Boot Hall of Fame. So that is what we're offering today. Cheers to all the 12s out there and to Geno Smith. Let's enjoy ourselves today on Geno Smith Day. Rolly, let's bring you in before we talk Geno, go in depth here. What is your reaction to the news of Geno Smith getting this extension?
Well, it tells me a lot for at least on Seattle's side of things. Are they going to draft a quarterback? I think, honestly, this deal and the money they shelled out to Geno, that's not a bridge quarterback deal. So I think they're going to keep Geno, obviously roll with him for the next 2-3 years. Go defense at 5, maybe even trade back if someone comes up calling to try to trade up and draft one of those top quarterbacks in this draft. So at least my big takeaway from this is that they are going to stick with Geno for the next 2 to 3 years and try to win now, capitalize on the momentum they gained this year by making the playoffs, build on that defense, maybe keep Tyler Lockett, keep DK Metcalf, keep things rolling, and try to make a playoff again. Listen, the NFC West is really bad next year. The Cardinals are going to be regressing. I don't even know if they could regress, but they're going to be bad again. And then you got the Rams kind of selling pieces away. They're not going to be as good again. So I think it's a 2-horse race in the NFC West, and you could grab that extra wild card spot and maybe keep things going on if you upgrade that defense.
Yeah. I'll take a shot for Geno from Nate with the first super chat, and then we'll get to the Geno Smith reaction here in just a second. Nate wants to party and have a good time taking shots for Geno. Nate Robbins, thank you for the $7 super chat. Every $7 super chat today is a shot for our guy Geno Smith, who has locked up his future with the Seattle Seahawks. Cheers to Nate, cheers to the 12s, and to Geno Smith. Happy Geno Smith Day, everybody. Let's have ourselves a good time here on Seahawks Today. There we go. All right, Rolly, let's go ahead and get after it with our instant reaction and analysis, what this means for the Seahawks getting this deal done. Tex is going to have the cut ready. We'll be all good to go. Let's ride and react to this exciting day here for the Seattle Seahawks to have Geno Smith locked up. Rolly, whenever you're ready, I'm good to go on my end. So, all right, here we go. Let's get after it, folks. Breaking news here on Seahawks Today. Tyler Jones here with you. Happy to have you with us as Geno Smith will remain a member of the Seattle Seahawks, signing a 3-year, $105 million extension. The news coming this hour, courtesy of Jordan Schultz. With this tweet, breaking: Geno Smith and the Seahawks are finalizing a 3-year contract extension worth $105 million with the ability to earn $52 million in the first calendar year, sources tell The Score. Smith earned Comeback Player of the Year and Pro Bowl honors after leading the NFL in completion percentage. Deal is done. Geno is back. We told you earlier, we did our first video today, that the reports were the Seahawks were unlikely to use the franchise tag on Geno Smith. Now, makes sense. Why? Because you didn't need to. You got the deal done before the franchise tag deadline, before free agency began. Now you have a clear path and plan forward as you progress through this offseason. A big win for the Seattle Seahawks. Spam it in the comments section for me. What is your one-word reaction to the Geno Smith contract extension? Give me one word to describe your thoughts on the Seahawks getting this deal done, locking in Geno Smith for the next 3 years. I'll give you my thoughts more in depth here in just a moment, but here's your turn to tell us what you think. This is our pinned comment today. Let me know what you think of the extension. Give me one word to describe it all. Folks, this is why you subscribe to the channel. Look, going live when this news broke, right? And we'd already done a video earlier today, but that didn't stop us from talking about this deal and telling you what we think here. Why? Because we're built different. Because we love talking about the Seattle Seahawks and the 12s. You guys deserve the best coverage out there. That's what we do for you here at Chat Sports. Subscribe today if you haven't already. If you love the Seattle Seahawks, you love Geno Smith, this is the channel for you. Turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. We are close to 35,000 subscribers, but I need your help to get there. Subscribe now for free, and you'll be glad you did. Now, I'll put it this way. This is a big win for the Seahawks. To have Geno locked up for the next 3 years at an affordable rate. of $35 million. Think about this. Let's say that Geno has another year like he just had. Then you're feeling pretty good about yourselves next offseason that you're only paying him $35 million. Yes, it is a significant pay raise from what he made this past season, but the play on the field was well earned, well deserved, and for 3 years. He's 32 years old. That timing works out great. I think this is a team-friendly deal for Seattle here. And you look at what Geno Smith did this past season, taking the Seahawks to the playoffs when many people thought this was a rebuilding, a down year for Seattle in 2022. Had a career high in passing touchdowns with 30 this season. Led the league in completion percentage with a nice 69.8 number, close to 70%. Passer rating was terrific, a career high, 100.9, and a Pro Bowl appearance this year. It was a historic season for Geno Smith, replacing Russell Wilson and having a great run at it. It's well-deserved. I'm happy for Geno, happy for the Seahawks that they get this deal done. Geno Smith this past season not only won the NFL's Comeback Player of the Year award, but he set 4 franchise records last season. Pretty impressive. He's been very familiar with this Seahawks team. Joined them back in 2019, of course, backed up Russell Wilson for a few years. Got to really learn and understand the Shane Waldron offense. And when his name was called upon, when Russell Wilson moved on, when he was shipped out to Denver, Geno Smith, credit where credit's due, he was ready to answer the call and take over this quarterback position. And it wasn't even just given to him. Remember, they brought in Drew Lock in that deal with Russell Wilson, with the Russell Wilson trade. And even through that quarterback competition, it was very clear that this was Geno's job, that he earned it, that he deserved it, that he was ready to go, and he delivered. And you look throughout this season of what he was able to do, time and time again, proving the doubters wrong. When you look back at the 2022 NFL season, folks are going to remember, of course, the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. But I think you could argue the best story to come out of this past season was Geno Smith winning Comeback Player of the Year, facing adversity through all that he'd been through to get Seattle to the playoffs in all these circumstances. That's what sports is all about, folks. Those are the type of things that make you cry and appreciate what Geno did this past year. How could you not be happy for him, even if you weren't a Seahawks fan? Grade the extension for me. Here's the deal on it, folks. 3 years, $105 million, and the ability to earn $52 million in the first calendar year for Geno Smith. What do you think about it? A, B, C, D, or F? I give it an A personally, but what say you guys? I know there's some people out there that didn't want to see Geno get the extension. I read the comments from time to time, folks. Let me know in the comment section. A, B, C, D, or F, grade the contract extension for Geno Smith and let me know. Now, going forward, what is the plan for the Seahawks now that you have Geno Smith locked up? Look, the Seahawks don't have to draft a quarterback now. They have Geno locked up for the next couple of years. I wouldn't rule out the possibility they could still find a guy that they like. There was reports, we talked about this earlier today from over the weekend, that Geno Smith, that Pete Carroll, rather, and Anthony Richardson had a very good meeting at the NFL Draft Combine, and that Anthony Richardson was very impressed with Pete Carroll and the way that he was treated. Maybe there's something there. And a guy like Anthony Richardson, for example, he is not going to be ready to be a day one starter in this league. You have bought yourself time. If the Seahawks fall in love with, let's say, Anthony Richardson or one of these rookie quarterback options, like a Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Will Levis, whatever it may be, if they fall in love with a rookie quarterback, what you've done now is that you could potentially start Geno Smith this entire season and never have to play your rookie quarterback. If there's a guy you fall in love with, and they very well could. As John Schneider said last week, quarterbacks don't grow on trees. If there's a quarterback, one of these 4 here that they fall in love with that they want, they can still start Geno all year, let them sit behind Geno Smith, and wait till they're ready for their day to come. I mean, think about this, okay? Here's what people point to, and we've talked about on this show previously, was how Kansas City handled things with Alex Smith to Patrick Mahomes, and how Patrick Mahomes came in that second season and was ready to go. If we find ourselves in a situation where the Seahawks, like one of these quarterbacks, you start Geno this upcoming year, and then potentially get that next guy, or even next year, of some of those guys out there. Maybe Geno starts the next couple of years, and you find your guy next year. What you have done, no matter what, is you've bought yourself time for sure. Folks, getting close to 35,000 subs here on the channel. I need 86 of you. 86 of my diehard Seahawk fans, wherever you're at. I need you to subscribe to the channel for the latest happenings on your favorite team. We love talking Seahawks around here. The 12s are the best fans in the National Football League, and you guys deserve outstanding coverage. That's what we're here for. Live shows during the week, daily news and rumors segments. We got you covered. We do it all here on Seahawks Today by Chat Sports. Subscribe now. It does not cost you a thing. I would love to see this channel just continue to blossom because you guys deserve it all. Subscribe today for free. Turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. All right, let's look at the quarterback depth chart for the Seahawks. Geno now locked up. He gets the free agent asterisk taken off the depth chart. And there you have Drew Lock as QB number 2. He's about to be an unrestricted free agent himself. We did hear John Schneider and Pete Carroll. They have said they would like to bring Drew Lock back to be the backup there. But obviously we talked about the rookie quarterback situation, and you don't have a third quarterback right now. So Geno is the guy. This is his team. No matter what happens, Geno is starting week 1. There's not going to be a quarterback competition next year. Who will back him up? That remains to be seen. Will the Seahawks draft a quarterback? Will they bring in one of those guys we talked about, or will they wait to find their long-term solution down the line? This is Geno Smith's team next year. We know that much. But will they draft somebody for the future to sit behind Geno Smith? Let me know in the comment section. Type Y for yes, type in for no, if the Seahawks will draft a quarterback or not. Folks, we were talking about your Seattle Seahawks on social media. Give me a follow, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Tyler Jones Live. And I'll see you next time right here on Seahawks Today. All right. So, there you have it. We got some super chats to catch up on. What do you guys think of this extension? Let's start with this $5 super chat, which means we owe the DK song. 15% of total cap on a quarterback is prime for Super Bowl contenders. $35 million a year is exactly 15%. We are building to win with Geno. Give it 2 years. Grade A+. I like this. It's a very good point of the 15% threshold, right? I mean, think about this. Think about this, folks. When the Seahawks moved on from Russell Wilson, obviously one of the big things was that they wanted the flexibility to be able to spend on other positions. Yes, you are paying Geno significantly more than what he was making in 2022, but you still have the flexibility to be spending on other said positions because you're not paying what Russell Wilson's making of $50 million there in Denver. You're paying $35. And now that's $15 million of extra cash for a quarterback at Geno Smith who was much better than Russell Wilson last year. So, yeah, the math adds up. The math works out for Geno Smith. You're making your money work for you, as Dave Ramsey would say. I like that. So with that, Rolly, we got to do the DK song. In case, I know we got 300-plus people watching right now. I don't know if everybody's heard the DK song, but for every $5 super chat, we're singing the DK song. Every $7 super chat, we're taking Geno Smith shots today in honor of Geno to celebrate. So with that, here is the DK song. Go ahead, Rolly.
No. I just want to say, okay. I'll come in at the end. You lead us off, and then I'll join you as a duet at the end.
Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3. Chopping carols, chopping Geno passes, no one stopping DK. Touchdowns all day. He rules. We love it. We love it. That's awesome. All right, we got more super chats to get to. Nate checking in with another $2 super chat. It says, menu, Trenton Simpson, top linebacker we need. Trenton Simpson would be a very interesting find for Seattle. We'll see if he's the guy they potentially look at there. Nate, thanks for the $2 super chat on that end. And that puts us at $14 in super chat. So let's show you the super chat menu. We're going to hang around. We're going to party today and celebrate Geno Smith joining the Seattle Seahawks on a 3-year contract extension. Every $5 super chat is the DK song. Every $7 super chat, we're taking shots for Geno Smith. Every $10, we'll do a beer cheers. $25, do a beer chug. And every $150, we will take down Das Boot. Boot is right here. 3 beers in one. We drink it as fast as we can. And $100 gets you a spot in the Boot Hall of Fame. Maybe you can join, you can take Geno on the Boot Hall of Fame with you. You guys can go in together. Who's going to induct Geno in the Boot Hall of Fame today? We'll see. $14 right now, so we got about $136 to go before we get out Das Boot on today's show. So we'll see what happens there on that front. We are live here on Seahawks Today, and one of the things I really want to promote, we have a new NFL Draft channel here at Chat Sports, and I got to tell you, I love the NFL Draft. The NFL Draft is one of my favorite times of the year. And here's what I want to do. Here's what I want to do. A little challenge right now to all our 12s that are watching right now that are ready for the NFL Draft. It's going to be an exciting time for the Seahawks with the draft with 2 first-round picks, 4 picks in the top 2 rounds. How many 12s out there can we get to subscribe to our new NFL Draft channel? And if you're looking for interviews, exclusive breakdowns, whatever it may be, on some of your favorite draft prospects, that's the channel for you. So 12s out there, I want you to subscribe. I would love to see our audience, our fan base here at Seahawks Today represented on our new NFL Draft channel. Sublink is in the chat right now. $10 super chat coming in from Joe Stevens. Love the show. Let's go, Geno. Joe, thanks for the $10 super chat. That's a beer cheers to you, Joe. Joe, salute to you, and let's go, Geno. I love it. Cheers to you, Joe. Thanks for the $10 super chat there. Got my Miller Lite in hand. Let us know what you're drinking. I know that it's still, 4 o'clock on the West Coast, but that doesn't mean you can't be drinking and enjoying this day for the Seahawks out there. All right, Rolly. So we got Geno Smith gets this deal, and then Derek Carr has got his deal with the Saints. What a day when it comes to the quarterback market. Free agency technically still hasn't even started yet.
Yeah, it starts a week from today, but obviously I think because Derek Carr was cut from the Raiders, he was able to sign a contract beforehand without it being tampering. And then obviously you can re-sign your own players before free agency does open up noon Eastern next Monday. But, you talk about Derek Carr and Geno Smith comparing the two. Geno Smith was better last year. And you're getting him
by far.
So Derek Carr signed 4 for $150, which comes out to $37.5 million per year. He also got $100 million guaranteed.
Right.
So Geno Smith gets less guaranteed money.
Donnie
Clark
with a $50 super chat. Donnie Clark. Donnie. Let's go. Donnie with a $50 super chat. We got to get to chugging. We got to chug some beer. And that means we're about halfway to Das Boot.
Your second favorite Donnie.
Second favorite Donnie.
Donnie, man, a few words. Doesn't even want to say anything for
Donnie.
this game.
Everybody spam Donnie in the chat. Spam Donnie. Let's go. Donnie Clark. And that means Donnie is halfway to a spot on the Boot Hall of Fame. Donnie, I would love to induct you on the Boot Hall of Fame and get you on there today.
Your second favorite Donnie.
All right. Let's get the chugging for Donnie.
Yeah, you
got to
get chugging, you little weasel.
Yeah, here we go. Donnie, salute to you. Everybody spam Donnie in the chat. I see Poop Dog, Scarface, Georgie, and more. Another KK Taylor. KK, we'll get to you here. Let me get my chugs in for Donnie.
What was that noise?
Oh, that was the noise of Enjoying a nice
Nice
cold Miller
cold
Lite.
beer. Happy hour. It's always
Happy
5 o'clock
hour.
somewhere.
KK Taylor. Hey, Tyler. Hope everything's going well. It is going great, KK Taylor. We're having a party for Geno Smith today. Let's go Seahawks. Eat at Geno's, says KK Taylor. KK Taylor, thanks for the $20 super chat. That's a couple beer cheers. So first cheers to KK Taylor. Everybody spam KK in the chat. And now the second cheers is going to Geno because it's Geno Smith Day. Another
Dom. He ain't
Doom
right
with a
back,
$17
though.
super chat.
Oh,
he
Doom.
ain't right back, though. Let's go. He ain't right back. We're not writing back here. Doom, cheers to you. Oh, I think that's 2 Geno shots.
Yeah.
Right there.
17.
17. I'll take one, Rolly. You take one.
17 for the amount of wins the Seahawks will have
Seahawks
next year?
going 17-0 next year? That's a joke. That's a joke. Don't get mad at me about that. Let's take some shots. We are now $40 away from Das Boot. Cheers to Doom. Everybody spam Doom in the chat. All right, Rolly. How about that, Doom? What a party we're having today. By the way, where's Mark Sanchez? We need Mark Sanchez here. I did text Mark earlier. He'll probably show up. I think he's working right now. We are now 66 subscribers away from 35,000. Let's put that sub link in the chat right now. Tex, I know he's kind of monitoring the chat there. Tex, if you can get that sub link in the chat. I want to today. I don't want to wait till tomorrow. I don't want to wait till Wednesday. Today, let's get to 35,000 subscribers. Let's enjoy ourselves. Let's have a party today. We are 66 away. Where are my 12s at? It's Geno Smith Day here on Seahawks Today. We're having drinks. We're having a good time. We're celebrating. Geno Smith is staying in Seattle with a 3-year deal. Let's have ourselves a day, folks. Send in your questions, whatever you guys got. Raw Hector with the hashtag Seahawks. Seeps, good to see you.
They wrote him off, and he ain't right back.
He ain't right back.
The Super Bowl's coming home to Seattle.
Super Bowl? Super Bowl. Seeps is saying the Seahawks are going to the Super Bowl.
Going all the way. Going all the way.
So, Seeps, I wonder, we're 40 away from the boot. Who do you think should drink the boot?
I think you should.
I didn't volunteer. Oh! Get the boot ready! Bang! Red shirt! Let's go! Let's go! Richard with a $50 super chat. It's boot time! Boot time! Here we go! Here we go.
We'll come back to Richard, but we also got $2 from Taker.
Go get A-Rich and stash him for a year with Geno. Rolly, Anthony Richardson, I'm skeptical about because I don't think he's that great of a passer. I know, obviously, he's a heck of an athlete. Nobody disputes that. I don't think he's going to be ready to start no matter where he gets drafted next year. Anthony Richardson, I know that Pete Carroll liked him. They had a good meeting there. But I'm personally on Anthony Richardson. What do you think of Anthony Richardson?
So I'm intrigued by his athletic ability. I mean, if he could figure out the mechanics and the accuracy, he could be one hell of a quarterback in the National Football League. My thing is now with Seattle is that the way the contract looks to be structured and the money, I think Geno Smith is your starting quarterback for the next 3 years unless something changes to where he gets significantly worse or injured of some kind. He is your Seattle Seahawks quarterback for the next 3 years. So I would consider drafting a quarterback 2 years from now, but there's no need to use the 5th overall pick on a quarterback now. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense.
Right. You can build a pretty good roster with the foundational pieces the Seahawks have in place.
I mean, your offense was already good last year. You used picks number 5 and 20 on defense both this time again. That can really start turning around the defense with the young secondary that was getting good as the season went on last year. They can continue to get a good squad going.
Yeah, I think so. So Richard with that $50 super chat, that means it's boot time. Also, that means Richard is another 50 away from securing a spot on the Boot Hall of Fame. Donnie is also 50 away from a spot on the Boot Hall of Fame as well. Let's see who's going to get on the Boot Hall of Fame and who's going to bring Geno Smith on the Boot Hall of Fame with them. Who's going to be the guy to do that? Another $20 super chat just came in. This super chat coming in from Pania Gruck. Pania, thank you for the $20 super chat. That's a couple beer cheers for Pania. I will drink the rest of this Miller Lite and we'll have to open another one. Pania, thank you. Thanks for the super chat there. That's one. And another to Pania and all the 12s and to Geno Smith. Let's enjoy ourselves. Have a day. All right. We are partying here on Seahawks Today as Geno Smith is locked up. He will be the Seahawks quarterback for the foreseeable future with a 3-year contract extension. We're enjoying ourselves here on the channel on this fine Thursday afternoon. Mark Sanchez with a $100 super chat. Bang!
Oh, Mark is here!
Mark! Let's go! Let's go! Oh, another! Joe Stevens! We owe another boot! Oh my gosh! $150. We owe another boot. Oh my gosh, Joe! I have my own podcast called Seahawk Talk. Would love to have you on. Joe, anytime. I'll come on. Seeps will come on, whatever. We'd love to talk Hawks. Mark, thank you.
Mark,
Joe.
you're the man. I love you, Mark.
Unbelievable.
Oh!
50 from Donnie.
That gets him on the Boot Hall of Fame.
Donnie's going on the Boot Hall of
That's
Fame.
his second 50.
Mark on the Boot Hall of Fame. Donnie on the Boot Hall of Fame. What a night. What a night. I'm not leaving. We're not going anywhere. Geno. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So we got 2 boots coming. I got to induct on the Boot Hall of Fame here on Geno Smith Day here on Seahawks Today. Mark Sanchez, along with Donnie. We're enjoying ourselves. What a night, folks. I mean, the night is young.
What a day for the 12.
What a day for the 12s. For Geno. 3 years. $105 million for Geno Smith. Donnie Clark, welcome to the Boot Hall of Fame. Mark Sanchez, welcome back to the Boot Hall of Fame. Oh, Richard! Richard says I want on the boot. Richard's going on the Boot Hall of Fame.
Richard, Donnie,
Wow.
Mark.
Richard, Donnie, Mark, like clockwork. You get a boot. You get a Boot Hall of Fame. Spam it. Richard Donnie Clark. Richard Donnie Clark. Richard Donnie Clark. Oh, what a day. What a day. My friends, Richard, Donnie, Mark Sanchez, all going to the Boot Hall of Fame. I got more room. This is a brand new boot, folks. I'm about to add more members. We can keep going. We're not stopping. $400 in super chats, and we're what? Just over less than 50 away from a third boot. It's getting wild. It's getting wild here on Seahawks Today.
The 12s are pumped, man.
The 12s are fired up. How can you not be fired up right now? Here we go. Mark Sanchez. I'm putting Geno Smith's name with all 3 of these because all of you are here to celebrate Geno Smith. Okay? So Richard, Donnie, Mark, congrats to all of you for the Boot Hall of Fame and being a part of Geno Smith Day. As he got paid, they wrote him off, but he didn't write back, damn it. Here we go. Mark Sanchez, Geno. That's one, okay? Donnie Clark, DC. Put right now with Geno. And then I got Richard RP, and Geno. Before I take down the boot, I got to put these people on the Boot Hall of Fame. You guys need to be able to drink with me. Okay? There's the boot. We'll put them on one at a time. What a moment. What a day we are having here, folks. Woo! Here we go. Here's the first one. This one's Richard. Everybody spam Richard in the chat. Richard, welcome to the Boot Hall of Fame. Richard is there. Everybody spam Richard in the chat. All right, next up. Next up is Donnie. Donnie, I never doubted you. Donnie, you deserve happiness and peace and everything. You deserve the best. Everybody spam Donnie in the chat. Congratulations, Donnie. You are now on the Boot Hall of Fame. And then Mark Sanchez, my guy, Mark Sanchez. They don't build him like Mark Sanchez. I mean, he is just one of a kind. Rolly, we are grateful to have Mark Sanchez on our team.
Mark, listen, Donnie and I'm spacing here.
Richard.
Donnie and Richard, they're two unbelievable people.
Oh, yeah.
They're very, if we're on the Mount Rushmore, they might be there. Mark Sanchez, though, is on the tip of that Mount Rushmore.
Mark, congrats.
He's the GOAT.
Unbelievable. KK Taylor with a $2 super chat. I'm on Sanchez. Boot. He bought. Take care of it. I love it, KK Taylor. Thanks for the love. Oh, my gosh. This is unbelievable. Donnie says, bro, I'm going to get more beer here soon. I will keep chugging with you. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. We're just getting started. I'm going to take down this first boot. Who's taking the second? Rolly, are you taking the next one?
I might have to introduce them to a beer shot fun.
A beer shot fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll do a beer shot fun race.
How about this?
Instead of a.
Okay, folks. We're getting a little creative here. Okay? Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take down this boot. And then, after that, Rolly and Seeps are going to do a beer shot fun race. It's going to be a battle of modern-day gladiators, folks.
Now, my question is, has the beer shot funds ever been shown on Seahawks before?
One time.
One time?
One time. This is going to be new for most people here. This is going to be
intriguing.
New. This is going to be interesting. It is. I'll be honest, Rolly. It's been a minute since I've done a boot. We'll see what I have in me. And I'm just back from a weekend in Vegas where I did plenty of drinking.
Well, the reason why I say beer shot fun is because I physically cannot do a boot.
That's fine.
I can do the shot funs just fine and at a pretty good pace, I'd say. But my body physically will not let me do a boot in one sitting. I just can't do it.
Okay, so Organic Grows with a $5 super chat. Organic Grows, we are in the Chat Sports Studios in Dallas, so legally we cannot do what you want us to do there. But nonetheless, we love the $5 super chat. That means the Geno song. So while Rolly gets shot fun ready, I'm going to sing you the Geno song and show you love from the bottom of my heart. Chompin', chompin', carols, chompin', Geno passes, no one stopping, DK. Touchdowns all day. He rules. Oh, you guys rule. The 12s, you guys are the absolute best. Let's have ourselves a day. I mean, I can be with you guys all night long. It's up to you guys. We can enjoy ourselves here. Beard King says, whatever you do, don't dear the beer bong. JT is still drying out. Okay. We'll enjoy ourselves. Vang, I see your super chat. We'll throw it up here in just a second, but Rolly's getting the shot fun ready. So here's what's on deck for everybody that's watching at home. Okay? I'm about to do Das Boot. And then we are going to see Rolly and Seeps do a shot fun race to follow after that. And then, who knows what else is going to happen. So, Vang with a $5 super chat. Let's throw that on the screen. I'll sing the DK song again. Charlie says, don't tease me with a good time, Tyler. We'll see what that means. Vang, thank you for the $5 super chat. Chompin', chompin', carols, chompin', Geno passes, no one stopping. DK, touchdowns all day. He rules. Donnie with a 20. Donnie, let's go. This is getting wild. This is getting wild, my friends. Woo! Tell you what. So we are 15 away from what's supposed to be the benchmark for shot fun. If we get $15 more after I do the boot, I got to do the boot next. Then I'll do the shot fun if that's what people want. If they would rather me instead of doing 2 boots, if you want me to do the shot fun, I'll do that. If I have approval from the 12s, I'd be glad to do that. So, all right. Rolly, let's start with the boot, shall we? I'm thinking, because it's been a minute since I've done Das Boot, I'm thinking the goal here is under 20.
That's fair. I think you're going to get 18.7.
18.7.
That's my prediction.
Over under 20 seconds. Let us know in the chat. What are you feeling? Over under 20 seconds. Let me know in the chat. O for over, U for under. What are we thinking on this? Hello, how we doing, Jeremy? I'm great. Okay, I've been told I have permission to do the shot fun instead of the boot on the next one. I need $15 more to do the shot fun. But let's go ahead and get to Das Boot. Rolly on the play-by-play. He's got the timer out. O for over, U for under, 20 seconds on Das Boot. What do we think about that, folks? O for over, U for under, 20 seconds on Das Boot. Let's see. I see some unders. I see some overs. Rolly said 18.7. That's your official prediction?
That's my prediction. So I'm going under. I believe in you, Tyler.
All right, here we go. Rolly is on the play-by-play.
Keep on
He's got the
getting
timer
those,
going.
over-unders in, and I'll give some shout-outs.
All right, here we go. Got the timer ready?
Of course.
All right, here we go. 3, 2.
Oh, wait, time out.
Wait.
I did not have the timer ready.
You said you had the timer ready, Rolly.
That was a bad on me. All right.
All right, here we go.
Hold on. 3,
2, 1.
He's off. Let's see here. Frickson Knight says 17.7. Ryan says under. KK says 19 seconds, which would be under. We're at a great. Oh my God, he smashed it. Done.
What's the time?
All right, hold on here.
Here we go. What do you guys think? Great to burp, too. What do you think, guys? Okay. KK says, where's Tex? Tex is working with us today. We can bring Tex on scene if you guys want to see Tex. He's working on something very important right now, though. Tex, when you finish up getting the cut, come on through.
You ready for this?
All right, what's the time, Rolly?
Reveal?
What was the time? Boom. Ah, 15.8.
He smashed it.
There we go. Seahawk fans, we did it for Geno.
He
That's what I'm
absolutely
talking
smashed
about.
it.
Ready to see a race, Tyler?
All right, race time. Okay. So, Patrick Seepman. So, Seeps,
Have they ever been introduced to the beer shop?
a long time ago. It's been a minute. So here's a little story. Let me tell you about Seeps here. Seeps used to produce the live watch parties for me, but then he got big and he left us. But he is back
I am back.
to do a shot fun race. Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see it. The 12s, right here. Got a special spot in my heart for the 12s, Tyler. You know.
Yes, always. And then Rolly, who's with us from time to time. Good to see you, Rolly. Is this the first matchup between you two?
No.
What's the record?
Wait.
No, between you two head to head.
Yeah. I think we've done it before. We've done the three-way race, so I guess it doesn't really.
I will say, apparently Rolly is top dog.
Oh, really?
When it comes.
Okay.
I don't think I've raced Seeps one-on-one, but when it comes to Knicks, I own Marshall.
Oh.
Really?
I'm the underdog.
I own Marshall.
Oh, Richard with a $20 super chat says, do the shot fun thing too with Rolly Frigid for Geno. Do we have a third shot fun? Okay, I'll do it after these guys. but I will do the shot fun.
That got us to our point, too.
That got us to 450.
Yeah.
So another shot fun I'll do after this.
Down here.
I will count you down.
The race.
I'll have the timer ready.
Your bag right now, Tyler.
All right. Here we go. Who do you got? Seeps or Rolly? Let us know in the chat. Predictions right now. A minute on the clock, and let's see what the predictions are first before we get this thing going. Jaden, I see your super chat, but Rolly's got to get it on the screen, so we'll show you after the race here. So 1 minute. Let's see what the predictions are before we officially get this thing started. You going with Seeps, type S for Seeps. You going with Rolly, type R for Rolly. We're celebrating, in case you're just joining us here in this palooza that is Seahawks Today, we're celebrating Geno Smith getting a record contract, $35 million.
Yeah, Ruben.
Ryan says Seeps. Ruben says Rolly.
Yeah,
KK Taylor says Rolly.
Yes, sir.
Let's see, Ryer says Seeps. Okay, bonk.
Whoa.
Let's see, Vasquez says Seeps.
Yes, sir, Chris and I.
Okay.
Oh, now they're coming in.
All right.
Uh-oh.
So we're pretty split. Looks like Rolly might have a little majority.
My boy Crixonite's getting a lot of R's, and I love it.
All right. So here we go. Whoever you got, type S for Seeps, type R for Rolly. On my count.
Right now. I haven't seen you since on go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And they're off. Going head to head. A battle of modern day warriors. Gladiators. Oh, Rolly! Rolly got it. By an inch. Unbelievable. Right down to the wire. Bang! Spam Rolly in the chat. Nice work. Good effort, Seeps. Good effort. Now I got to do a shot fun. Let's keep the party going. Let's enjoy ourselves today here, folks. Wow. Were you not entertained? How are you not entertained? Wasn't that impressive? That was incredible. That was incredible, folks. I mean, I can't believe what I just witnessed. That was one of the greatest things in the history of mankind. I mean, everybody spam Rolly in the chat. Spam Seeps, too. Seeps deserves some love for his efforts there. I gotta do a shot fun next. But we got to catch up on some super chats here in just a second, too. Oh, man. Entertained. Unbelievable. Shout out to Rolly and Seeps for getting that done. That was awesome. That was badass. I mean, 12s. That was unbelievable. You had to love what you just saw right there. Can I get a witness? Oh, baby. A cold Miller Lite. A fine Pilsner beer. And the shot fun. Which way do I put it? Okay. Make sure I get this right.
Yeah, so you want this right here to pierce that. So you
Okay.
put it in here, and when you close it, you're going to make sure that gets there, lined up good, latch it in.
Okay.
Now we're in business.
Let's catch up on the super chats before I do this shot fun. And we can show the super chat menu too. I had a couple 20s come in. Donnie and Richard. So that's a few beer cheers. We showed Donnie. We had a 5 that came in. Oh, here we go. Do the shot fun thing too for Rolly and Geno. Hey, we got that ready. So Alexander with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Alexander. I'll sing the DK song. Jumping, jumping, carols, jumping. Geno passes, no one stopping. DK. Touchdowns all day. He rules. Let's see. Jaden says, I like Anthony Richardson at 20 more than 5 overall, but if Pete loves him so much, odds of using 20 in a future pick to move up to the top 15 pick. Rolly, I'll be curious what you think on this. When it comes to Anthony Richardson, I would have said probably about a week or two ago, yeah, he'll probably be around after 20. But he got so much love at the Combine, and his stock has risen. I don't think he's going to be around even at 15 right now.
Yeah, I feel like he is a lock for the top 10 at this point. To be honest, the only quarterback that I could see maybe being available is possibly Will Levis. I mean, I don't think you guys want Will Levis, man. Like I said, if I were the Seahawks, I know this is just me, producer Roley, but I would either stay at 5 and go one of 3 people, Tyree Wilson, Will Anderson, and Jalen Carter, or I would trade back from 5, get a future first-round pick for a team that's moving up to get a Anthony Richardson, C.J. Stroud, Will Levis.
Yeah.
Get more picks, and then go your first 2 picks in this first round, go both defense, continue to bolster that defense, man, and let Geno cook with the offensive weapons you already have. That's what I would do.
Got a question in. Roley, CJ or Bryce, who's better?
So if I were a team picking at number 1 overall, I think I would go Bryce Young. I get the size concerns. I mean, he's just the most accurate. He's very good in the pocket. He reads defenses well. Stroud is just too inconsistent for me at times. You look at him against Georgia in the college football playoff semifinals, and that is a guy who should be taken number 1, no doubt. But then there's certain games he plays during the year, Rutgers, Maryland. He doesn't play that well. So to me, right now, he's too inconsistent. I'd go with Bryce Young.
Let's see. Mitchell Ren's hanging out. Who else is still here? We get a crew, I guess. Thank you, Jaden, for that $5 super chat. We sang the DK song for that. I got to do another for Alexander. Chopping, Carroll's chopping. Geno passes, no one stopping. DK. Touchdowns all day. He rules. And then a couple more $10 super chats. That means some cheers that I owe. Kyle, $10 super chat. Cheers to you. Do you think there's any way we trade our 20th pick and our 2024 first-round pick for Detroit's 6th? Maybe we get Carter and Tyree Wilson and hopefully solve our D-line problems. No. I think, if anything, I don't think the Seahawks are trying to trade up at all in this draft. I think they're more than likely, if they're going to trade, it's going to be to trade back and try to save a pick for next year's draft. I don't see that likely to try to trade up, at least where things stand right now. There's been no discussions about trading up. Everything's been about trading back. Things could change. Still a lot of time between now and the draft, but right now it doesn't seem like momentum's headed that way. Thanks, Kyle. Jonathan says, cheers, mate. Cheers to you, Jonathan. Cheers. Thanks for that, mate. Enjoy that one. Let's show that super chat menu, by the way. We are at $485 so far. It has been quite the show, folks. Oh, there we go. You got the cutout text. Good. The people wanted to hear from you. They just wanted you to say hi. Tex, how you doing, buddy?
I'm a little sleepy, but...
A little sleepy? All right. Yeah. Are you wanting to? Are you down to drink at all? If not, don't worry about it.
I'm about to go hit the gym.
You're out to hit the gym. Okay.
Take a pass today, but
Next time. Good to see you. Everybody, spam Tex in the chat. Tex, thanks for your work today, my guy. Tex working hard, doing a good job making sure this show happens. Roley, our entire crew, been a lot of fun today. Alexander, thanks for that super chat. Cheers to you. There's the super chat menu. Alexander, I have a feeling quarterbacks will be flying off the board. What are the chances we get Will Smith? We get Smith?
I'm assuming.
I think.
Hold on. I think he said get Will Smith. I think he meant to say Will Anderson.
Will Anderson?
Oh, no. Yeah, that's got to be.
That's got to be it.
That's got to be you're talking about.
Will Smith? I don't know if you want Will Smith
I heard he's
playing
got
for
a
your
mean
football
forehead.
team. What are the chances to get Will Smith? I don't know. Beats me. As far as Will Anderson or Jalen Carter and trade up from 20 to the 10th and 15th and grab a guy like Porter or Gonzalez. So I'll say this much. I don't know how you feel, Roley, but with all this talk of Richardson moving up, Levis still, I think, is respected. Like, I don't think anybody sees him going past 15, probably. Yeah. The recent arrests with Jalen Carter, I think there's a chance, at least more so than there was a week or two ago, that those two potentially slide out. Not a knock on them of their talent level, but more so the teams that are just so desperate for good quarterbacks.
I'll say this when it comes to Jalen Carter. I think there is a decent possibility he will be there at 5. Because I truly think in the first 4 picks, 3 of them could be quarterbacks. I mean, I think the first domino to fall here is Chicago.
Yeah.
Chicago is clearly trading out of the number 1 pick.
Right.
Who's going to trade up with them? Is it the Colts? Is it the Panthers? Is it a dark horse like the Falcons? Like, say it's the Colts, and then 1-2 is going to be Young and Stroud in all likelihood. And then maybe someone slides up and trades double time, and the Bears trade back twice, and someone grabs Anthony Richardson at 4. Now, if that's happening, you're saying at 3 with Arizona, they're going to probably take Will Anderson or Jalen Carter, and then whatever one isn't taken is going to be there for you at 5.
Right.
I think the Seahawks are at a good position right now, and after locking up Geno Smith for 3 years at 105, it makes sense to me for you to hope and pray that 3 quarterbacks go in the first 4 picks so Seattle can sit back and just take whoever they want out of Jalen Carter and Will Anderson, whatever one falls to them. Or get crazy and go Tyree Wilson. I wouldn't even complain about that if I was at 12.
Okay. I have an interesting offer in the next Super Chat after we get to Teddy. Let's start with Teddy's first. Where does Hooker rank for you right now? Rolly, if Hendon Hooker were fully healthy, I would put him in that upper echelon. But an ACL injury and 25 years old, I get questions about. I'm not using a day 1 or day 2 pick. If he's around still later in the draft, I'm not opposed to him being my backup, getting healthy and being my backup quarterback, but I'm not drafting him with the intention of him being my next starting QB.
Oh, no. I think when you talk about in that draft class echelon, I think I would have him still as my 5th quarterback. I think that's what he is now.
Yeah.
I think if he was fully healthy, he would still be 5. I think it'd be a fringe, I think, early 2nd. I mean, listen, he's 25 years old. It's going to be tough to draft a quarterback that old. And is he ready? Is he ready to start right away? Because if he's not and you have to wait 1 or 2 years, he's already at 27 by the 26, 27 by the time he's ready to start. That's not ideal. I wouldn't think of him as a option for Seattle, especially with Geno Smith going 3 years. If Geno Smith plays out that full contract and then you want to replace him with Hendon Hooker, who's been behind him, he's going to be 28. I don't think it's worth it.
KK Taylor. Okay, so this is interesting. We're going to LV. I think that means Las Vegas. I think.
I would assume so.
I would assume. May 4th through 8th. I'll Venmo you $500 if you can make it. Let me know. I'm on your Twitter. KK Taylor, you'll send me $500 if I can make it to Vegas. I 4th through 8th. I don't know if I can be there that entire stretch, the 4th through 8th. Let me look at the calendar while we're at it. Let's see here. May 4th through 8th. Okay, it is a weekend. I don't know if I can be there all 4 days. But if you send me $500 via Venmo, I bet we could probably find a way to get me to Vegas, at least for a few of those days. My Venmo is Tyler Jones Live. And for anyone out there that, even if you don't want a super chat or whatever, if Venmo's your point of reference, then then you can Venmo me there at Tyler Jones Live. What do you think? Vegas?
Listen,
I just got back from there. I had a great time.
500 is probably enough to get a plane ticket, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Get that Spirit Airlines flight going?
Let's get it rocking.
Yeah, we could find, I don't know if I can be there 4 days. I got to save some PTO for this summer. But we could find a way to try to get me to Vegas for at least a couple of those days. Venmo's Tyler Jones Live if you want to contribute there. KK Taylor, thank you for that super chat. We're now at $502 so far. That means that we are another 48 away from either a shot fun or a boot. Something. But I owe a shot fun. This is already cocked up, right?
So here's what you have to do.
Okay.
You have to pull the cock down.
Bonk.
No. Pull it.
Okay.
And then you got to make sure it punctures. You'll feel a little rigid. You'll look a little hitch.
Yeah.
When it punctures, you push it back up, and then you pull the trigger, and then you start chugging.
Okay.
I think you can do it. I believe in you.
I believe in me too. All right. Are we going for a time on this, or is this just
No, just do it.
just have a good time?
Because
All right.
I don't know what my time is. I mean,
Okay.
I race people, but I don't know how fast we actually do it.
All right, here we go, folks. Miller Lite in this one.
Yes, sir. All right. I'll give a countdown. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. You got to get it all the way. There you go. Push it up, push it up, push it up, push it up. No, you got to push the thing up. Is it coming? Okay. He says good. Tyler gets it done. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Cold, huh?
cold beer.
Very cold. Oh, yeah. Didn't need to hear that.
Yeah. Cold beer. Cold beer. Oh, my gosh. Oh, I feel good after that one. You know, I'm enjoying myself. I'm having a great time. You guys having a great time? We got around 200 people watching right now. 151 likes. We are another $48 away from another shot fun or a boot, whatever you guys are feeling. This has been a hell of a day so far. We're certainly enjoying ourselves here on Seahawks Today live special edition. Geno just got paid. Rolly, for those that are just now joining us or need a quick recap, maybe you're just now getting off work and finding out the news, but let's catch people up to speed here. $105 million over 3 years for Geno Smith. 52 that he'll earn in the first calendar year is the money for the comeback player of the year. So it's about $35 million a year for the next 3 years for Geno Smith. We're still waiting on what the guarantees are and some of those details, but at least on the surface level, to me, I like this deal for the Seahawks because let's say that Geno plays at this same level next year, and I don't have any reason to think why he wouldn't. If he plays at this same level next year, you got quite a bargain on your hands, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, $35 million a year, which is what he's getting paid, that is tied for 10th most in the NFL. And he played like that caliber type of a quarterback this past season. He's earning the same amount per year. This is not guaranteed. This is just per year as Kirk Cousins.
Right.
I think that's based off how he played last year. If he can replicate it again, that is the tier he's in. I think he got paid very fairly compared to the other quarterbacks in the NFL.
Right.
This is a good deal. I know someone talked about it earlier of it only being 15% of your team's cap, which is the golden number for most Super Bowl winning teams. So I think it's a good deal all around. And like I said, with the Russell Wilson trade, you got the 2 first-round picks. You're set up very nicely to add young talent to defense. Let Geno and Kenneth Walker, DK Metcalf, and Tyler Lockett cook on offense. You're really set up for a good, solid 2 to 3 years, assuming Geno Smith can continue to play at the level he did last year.
Oh, yeah. Sublink is in the chat right now, by the way. Sub. We are now 58 subscribers away from 35,000 on the channel. I need 58 of you to subscribe to the channel. That's all we're away from. We were 86 to begin the day. Now we're down to 58. So subscribe now. We had a hell of a time today. I mean, this has been unbelievable to react to this Geno Smith news, to see he gets this contract. And, I mean, think about this, Rolly. The story here, right, for Seattle. You move on from Russell Wilson. You get all that draft capital. And Geno plays better than Russell Wilson. And he costs about $15 million less. So let's take this 2 steps back here. Okay? You upgraded at quarterback. You saved yourself $15 million. And you got all that draft capital, which we know some of the players it turned into and some more guys that it turned into just and it was around this time last year that the Russell Wilson trade went down. Of all of this in this calendar year, and still waiting to see what more of that draft capital will be in this upcoming draft, I think you got to look at this situation like, wow, Seattle turned this situation into a really good deal.
I mean, listen, the 5th overall pick is from Denver.
Yeah.
That's just incredible. So the Seahawks front office, consider this a masterclass. I mean, they did the best thing possible. It clearly wasn't working with them and Wilson contract-wise.
I think we're good, Tex.
Yeah.
Tex, you want to say, they were asking about you earlier again. They were spamming Tex in the chat.
I'll say a little bit.
The 12s love Tex. Go ahead, Tex. Just one more thing.
How's it going, y'all? Let's fucking get some more supers for the Seahawks. Come on, what the fuck are we doing out here? These are rookie numbers.
Okay.
Look 'em.
How about Geno? You happy for Geno, Tex?
Yes, he played better than any other quarterback in the NFL besides Pat Mahomes and maybe Jalen Hurts. He won comeback player of the year, didn't he?
He did. He was a Pro Bowler,
Yeah, it was his first Pro Bowl. Good for him. I think it's really great for him, and he's got a huge opportunity to prove himself the next 3 years in Seattle.
All right, there you have it. Everybody, Tex. Spam Tex in the chat. Thank you, Tex.
Yes, sir.
Love it. KK Taylor says Tex. Thank you, KK Taylor. By the way, we have a new draft channel here at Chat Sports. And I got to tell you, this draft channel, I know, Rolly, you're like me. I love the NFL draft. I really do. I geek out about the NFL draft. Seahawks fans, it's an exciting time when it comes to the NFL draft right now because the Seahawks have 2 picks in the first round, 4 picks in the top 2 rounds. And so we have this new NFL draft channel here at Chat Sports where we are encouraging people to subscribe to the channel so they can learn more about these players in the draft. We got some interviews over there. We got some analysis, some mock drafts, and some different things. And, you know, for the Seahawks, I think they're in such a unique position with this draft, Rolly. You subscribe to that channel, like whoever they end up picking, if you subscribe and watch the videos over there, you're going to learn a lot about who's going to wear that Seahawks uniform next year.
Yeah, like you just said, you'll be more informed on individual prospects in the NFL draft, whether it be in the first round, second round, or fifth round. That's what we're trying to do here, inform you guys more about the prospects, the trades, what teams are looking at to pick, the team needs. You'll get everything you need from the NFL draft, whether it be the Seahawks or the Cardinals. Like that decision at number 3 for Arizona is going to impact who the Seahawks pick a lot. So you're going to be able to see who ahead of the Seahawks want to pick, the prospects. It's a good deal, man. It's for free. Doesn't take any of your time.
Right.
Watch a couple videos, watch a couple interviews, learn more. If you don't like it, you can unsubscribe, but I can almost guarantee you're going to like it.
Tex, KK Taylor said to tell you hi. Thank you, KK Taylor. Draft link is in the chat there. Super chat menu. We are $45 away from either Das Boot or from a shot fund, whatever we want to do. Dealer's choice, I guess. 45. We are $48 away. 48 from the next one of that. $100 gets you a spot in the Boot Hall of Fame. We inducted 3 new members in the Boot Hall of Fame today. $100 gets you a spot on the Boot Hall of Fame. We already inducted a few. Would love to induct some more before the end of the night. $5, we sing the DK song. $7, we're doing shots for Geno. Every $7 is a shot for Geno Smith to celebrate his new contract. Every $10, we do a little beer cheers. $25, do a beer chug. And every $150 is that we're 48 away. Let's see. Kenneth Taylor, I just got your DM. Venmo Tyler Jones Live. Just type me there. Tyler Jones Live. I see your message, Kenneth. Tyler Jones Live on Venmo. You can send that there, and that's where you can find me. And maybe we can find our way out to Vegas and enjoy ourselves out there. Vegas sounds like a good time. I just got back from there. I'll be honest, Rolly. I don't think I've told anybody this. Not to disappoint the Seattle people out there. I put about $40 on the Sea Dragons first half against the Vegas Vipers to cover 1.5. Game was tied at halftime 9-9. The Sea Dragons, the Seattle Sea Dragons. I tried to bet on you, and you let me down.
I guess Seattle's not it for the XFL.
Have you watched any XFL?
I got to be honest, Tyler, I have not watched one game. So I'll share this about myself, is that I'm a big college basketball guy.
Yeah.
So I think we talked about this on a Seahawks Live a couple weeks, or I think it was last Wednesday.
BYU St. Mary's.
Okay, that's a big game.
San Francisco Gonzaga, some WCC stuff.
Big game in the semifinals. I'll definitely be watching tonight. So I'm a big-time college basketball guy, so when the XFL's on Saturday night, Sunday night, you're competing with things that just not going to catch my attention. I'm sorry.
You were on with me Wednesday. Gonzaga moved to number 9 in the rankings.
All in on the Zags this year.
26-5. You like the Zags?
I'm all in. Depends on the draw they get in the NCAA tournament, but if any of you guys up in are close to Spokane, Washington, or just in that Pacific Northwest area, I'm all in. Timmy, going to be the best player on the floor in almost every game he plays. Strother and Bolton have been coming along.
Timmy's been there forever.
This is his 3rd or 4th year, I think.
Yeah.
Like, he's not – everyone says he's been there forever, but he really hasn't been there as long as, like, people think. It's not like he's like a 5th or 6th year.
All right. So we have been on the air for about, what,
Hour
15?
Hour 15.
Hour 15 so far. We're at over $500 in Super Chats. We're about 48 away from another Shot Fun or Das Boot, kind of dealer's choice of some sorts. Okay? And we can induct some new Boot Hall of Fame members. We can do all that. But we got to keep the party going. It's been a minute since we actually got a Super Chat.
Let's check the timer. It has been about 18 minutes.
18 minutes since we had a Super Chat. Okay.
That's can't happen.
Can't happen, folks. We got to keep the party. You have to give us reason to stay. We can be with you all night, but it's up to you guys. It's your show.
Are we setting a shot clock?
I'm going to put 2 minutes on the clock.
You got it or I'll start it?
I'll start.
Okay, you got it.
2 minutes on the shot clock. We get a Super Chat in the next 2 minutes. Keep the party going. We can talk Geno. We can talk college basketball. I don't care. Whatever you guys are feeling. We can enjoy ourselves, have a good time. 2 minutes on the shot clock. Get a Super Chat of any amount. We stay alive. We keep going. We keep having a good time.
We've celebrated the Geno re-signing as much as we could.
Yeah. We could also you can also Venmo me at Tyler Jones Live too. So Star Wars Iron Giant says don't discount
VCU. So
they're going to be about a 12 seed.
You don't know this about me, Star Wars Iron Giant, but I went to St. Bonaventure University, A10 school with VCU. So I watch all the A10 basketball games. I pay attention to the hoops. VCU is very good. They're going to be a 12 seed in an A10 league. That it wasn't great this year. The A10 usually gets 2-3 teams in the NCAA tournament. This year it's going to be 1. So VCU has to win the A10 tournament, kicking off in Brooklyn on Tuesday, I believe. It might be Wednesday. I think it's Tuesday, though. That's when it kicks off. VCU must win the A10 tournament to get into the tournament, and then there'll be a dangerous 12 seed.
Okay. James says, what is a shot fun? Well, you must have missed that earlier. This is a shot fun. We engage this thing and drink beer as quickly as we can out of this. It is electric. It's Electric Factory. That is what a shot fun is. $45 away from another shot fun.
Ryers says, what about golf? What about golf?
What do you want to, Ryer?
I'm also a big-time golf guy, so.
Rolly loves the Live Tour.
No, I don't. No, fake news. Fake news Jones. Fake news Jones.
All right. I got 10 seconds left on the shot clock. We've been burned in the past where we signed off and then the Super Jet came in later. So we'll wait a second. We'll see. I'd love to keep this going, but got to get a Super Chat from somebody of any amount. A Super Chat of any amount. We keep the show going. We keep the party going. We celebrate Geno Smith Day here on Seahawks Day.
Oh, there we go, Leo resets.
Leo resets it. All right, let's answer this question. That means now we are $38 away from either another Shot Fun or Death Boot. Here's what Leo writes with a $10 super chat, which means a beer cheers. Cheers to you, Leo. With all the hype with Jalen Carter prior to the latest developments, what are the chances he drops into our laps? So we were talking about this earlier, Leo. I think besides just the situation of that he's in, the legal stuff, as we get closer to this draft, Rolly and I were talking about this. We're of the belief that there are teams that are so desperate at the quarterback position that guys are going to move up as the draft process goes along, that Anthony Richardson is already moving up draft boards. People love what he did at the Combine. Will Levis is still there in probably still a top 15 pick. And of course, we know about Stroud and Bryce Young and those guys. So with that said, Leo, I think the chances of Jalen Carter falling to 5 right now, Rolly, are the highest they've ever been. I don't know if it's going to happen, but the odds of that happening are the highest they've ever been right now.
Well, just in case, I'll run through the scenario I talked about maybe 15 minutes ago, in case Leo wasn't here. Like 1 and 2, because the Bears are going to trade back, are likely to be Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. At least that's how I think it's going to go. It's going to be Young and Stroud 1-2. You're going to have Arizona sitting at 3. I think they're going to stay put and draft either Will Anderson or Jalen Carter. So here comes the number 4. Say Indianapolis trades up with Chicago to 1. Now Chicago's sitting there at 4. They would draft Jalen Carter. But there is a very, very real scenario where another team like Carolina or Atlanta or even Tennessee trades up again with Chicago, and Chicago moves back for the second time in the draft, and one of those teams takes Will Levis or Anthony Richardson at 4. And if that's the case, the top 4 can very much look like CJ Stroud, Bryce Young, Will Anderson, Anthony Richardson, which would leave Jalen Carter there at 5. I would say I think it's a very low possibility of it's happening because you'd have to have Chicago trade back twice.
Right.
But it is a real possibility. I think I would give it 30%. That's just me. It's 100% guaranteed Chicago trades back once. The second time is going to be the one that is interesting. Say Carolina, ready for this? If Carolina or Atlanta trades all the way up to 1 and Chicago moves all the way back, Jalen Carter or Will Anderson will be there at 5, and that's a guarantee because Indianapolis, Houston, and if a team trades up to 1 like Carolina, will all take a quarterback. So it is very real.
James wants to know, Rolly, what's your handicap? I'm an 11, says James.
So I am actually a 9.8. That is what my handicap is right now. So we are very similar golfers. We'd be able to go out there and have a good match out there on the course.
So KK Taylor, Rolly.
Okay.
Little update.
Oh, boy.
Just sent me a friend request on Venmo.
Ooh.
$500 on the way. Let's see.
Ooh.
I got my notifications turned on Venmo. We'll see. You can Venmo me at Tyler Jones Live, or you can super chat either way. So we'll see if that happens. Leo, thanks for the $10 super chat. Cheers to you.
He says, may the odds be forever in our favor.
Yes.
Good reference. Hunger Games.
Hunger Games. You a Hunger Games guy?
I watched all the movies. That's
Yep.
definitely for sure.
Thank you, Leo, for that $10 super chat. Let's show the super chat menu again. $38 away from another boot or shot fun, whatever the crowd is feeling here on this Monday evening. What a way to start the week.
And only can hope that this success, or at least good positive news in Seattle, continues into next week when free agency it actually begins and you can start signing other players.
So it was, in case you're just, here we go.
Oh, James.
James with a $10 super chat says, cheers, fellas. Cheers to you, James. Thank you, James, for that. Cheers. So here's a little story for you, Rolly. So earlier today, we did the original Seahawks Today show. And the report that we got from ESPN was that the Seahawks weren't going to franchise tag Geno Smith, that they felt pretty good about the negotiations. And they were hoping to have a deal done by March 15th. And so I read that. I'm like, okay, well, that's good to know. In my mind, I'm like, all right, well, now I need to start to get ready for that show to get probably within the next few days. And then just today, all of a sudden, it happens. I mean,
really caught us all by surprise here. We're in Dallas, Texas, 5:25 local time. And that's kind of hit, and we were like, whoa. Didn't expect it at all.
Star Wars Iron Giant says, how about Baltimore possibly putting a non-exclusive tag on Lamar? So that was another report that actually came out over the weekend, that Baltimore was considering the non-exclusive tag. Star Wars Iron Giant, I don't know how you feel, Rolly, but I feel like if the Ravens put the non-exclusive, which would put Lamar's cap number at $32 million, and any team at that point could get Lamar with 2 first-round picks, I feel like at that point, the Ravens are saying we're done with Lamar. Like, I think that ends any hopes of getting a contract extension in Baltimore for Lamar if they go with the non-exclusive tag.
I agree, because then another team like Atlanta, who has been heavily rumored to be in on Lamar Jackson, will be able to just pay him as much as they want.
Right.
And get that deal done. And then Baltimore will get 2 first-round picks from Atlanta, because that's what the non-exclusive tag does. But what it eliminates is, instead of putting the franchise tag on them and then looking for a trade partner, the trade, it's interesting, though, because they could get more for Lamar Jackson via a normal trade. Like, you could probably get 3 firsts and some more, but that price tag might also scare teams away. So maybe the Ravens, in their lens, think, we'll let him walk basically in free agency, and then we'll get the 2 first-round picks instead of trying to hassle another team for 3.
I owe the song. Chompin', chompin', carols chompin', Geno passes, no one's stopping. DK, touchdowns all day. He rules.
Woo!
Jared with a $2 super chat. Carter's a huge risk. Draft AR-15. That's a reference to Anthony Richardson. Let him sit.
I think Richardson's a bigger risk.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, because he's going to sit for 2 or 3 years, and you don't know if he's going to be good even when he plays. So why would you waste the 5th overall pick potentially on a player that won't benefit you now and might still end up being bad?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right about that, Rolly. Carter, okay. I'll put it this way, Jared. Hear me out on this. Okay? Tell me what you think of this, Rolly. If I'm the Seahawks, or really any team that's drafting Jalen Carter for that matter, you're a multi-billion-dollar organization. Any of these NFL teams are. I would say to Jalen Carter, all right, Jalen, here's what we're going to do for you. You are not driving anywhere. We're going to have a driver for you. Or we're going to or we're going to get your agent to set you up with it, whatever it may be. I think you take care of the situation with Jalen Carter and just say, you're not driving, period. We can't trust you with I think you solve everything with Jalen Carter. Because it's just that one thing. Granted, it was a big thing. I'm not downplaying that. But I think that's all you have to do to take care of that situation. You wipe your hands clean, you get him a driver.
I mean, yeah, but there are other circumstances that could have happened that night that we don't know yet. They're still investigating.
So, and it's not uncommon. Here's a story for you. I cannot say who this is, but there is a very famous college basketball coach in the Big 12. I am friends with their son, and his dad is the financial advisor for this Big 12 basketball coach. And this Big 12 basketball coach, he, let's just say, likes to enjoy a few from time to time. So much so that his university does not let him drive. That he gets driven around everywhere he goes. He drinks all that he can all the time. And he has a legit problem, okay? But the university gets him a driver, and you're never going to see him get a DUI. He's okay. So it's not an uncommon thing.
Now, if you can answer this, you cannot answer this. Is he still coaching?
Yes.
Interesting.
He is a current Big 12 coach.
There's only 10. So.
I'll tell you off the air. Who that
Okay.
is. Let's see. $2 from Fresh 88 Organic Grows. Bring back the captain, Bobby Wagner. I would love to see Bobby Wagner come back. I don't know if you have said money to bring Bobby Wagner back, but thanks for that. Star Wars Iron Giant says, I heard that 3 of the Pac-12 teams got offers to join the Big 12. Arizona State, and Colorado. If that happens, who should the Pac-12 bring in? Utah as well. I think those 4 are eventually going to the Big 12. And I'm a Big 12 fan. I would love to see that happen. Those 4 enter in. I think the Pac-12, Rolly, is in dire trouble. Not try to upset some of our Pac-12 fans that may be watching. I think they're going to try to go get SMU in San Diego State, but I don't see that as a very good recipe. If I were the Pac-12, let's say you can't pull other Power 5s, I'd be trying to get some programs that are competitive. I'd try to go get Gonzaga in basketball. I'd try to get Boise State in football, those schools. But honestly, the Pac-12, I think, is in big trouble right now.
I'll say this. SMU, to me, makes no sense. I think San Diego State would work. I mean, yeah, football is rough. Basketball, though, San Diego State is a pretty decent program. I think they'd be able to compete in the Pac-12, as much as Cal does, Stanford does. Like, I think that would be at worst what they're doing. Like, San Diego State's like a 5 seed in this year's tourney. They're a top 25 team. I think that would work if you're at the Pac-12 side of things to try to lure them over there. Maybe they expand in that Mountain West. They take Boise State, like you mentioned. Boise State and San Diego State would be good additions to the Pac-12, I think.
Yeah. It's in college athletics. It is an interesting time right now because you got this whole Big 12, Pac-12 thing going on. And the Big 12 is also looking at some basketball-only schools, potentially the Big East. And then Florida State and Clemson and Miami aren't happy in the ACC right now.
Well, where'd they go? The SEC?
I think Miami's attractive for the Big Ten.
Interesting.
And the SEC both. I think Florida State and Clemson are attractive for the ACC. I think if I were to guess of the blow-ups that are about, I think the Pac-12 is about to blow up next, and I think the ACC is going to follow after that.
I've heard rumblings of North Carolina being a target for the Big Ten.
Okay.
Because no one between Big Ten and SEC, there is no schools in the state of North Carolina. So they're looking, obviously, I think when you talk about conference alignment, it's all about TV deals and money.
Right.
So if the SEC and Big Ten both have no schools in North Carolina, UNC is going to be a top priority for both of these schools because it's really them or NC State at the big-time level, and obviously North Carolina is a bigger draw than NC State. So if the ACC blows up, North Carolina will be a hot commodity between the SEC and Big Ten. And then whoever doesn't get North Carolina could get NC State, or NC State just stays in the ACC.
Check your Slack. Okay. Yeah, Rolly, I think you're at. It is USC and UCLA going to the Big Ten was a big deal. Oklahoma and Texas going to the SEC was a big deal. But stuff in college sports is just now getting started as far as when it comes to this realignment. I think there's a whole lot more to come. Charlie the Unicorn says Washington, Oregon, Stanford, and Utah to Big Ten was a rumor a while back. I think the Big Ten is going to eventually add Washington and Oregon. I don't see them adding Stanford and Utah at this point in time. I think if you're the Big Ten, you'd like to get into more into the West Coast because here's where you're at, Rolly. With USC and UCLA, realistically, you can get a couple of home games from them in that late night window. They're not going to want to play all their home games in that late night window. You can probably get about 2 or 3 right now for each team. If you add in 2 more West Coast schools, let's say Oregon and Washington, then all of a sudden you can get all of your West Coast teams rotated in to play a late night game and have every week of the regular season covered with a late night window game and create a whole nother TV package with Oregon and Washington into the fold. So we'll see. Charlie the Unicorn, thanks for that. The message there. Conference realignment going to be very fascinating to see how it all plays out. I'm not rooting against the Pac-12. Don't get me wrong, but I'm rooting for the Big 12 as a Big 12 fan to see this the conference expand and grow and be a lot of fun here. We started this show talking about Geno Smith and giving you a reaction there, but we've had some questions about college football come up. We've talked some golf today. You send us a super chat. We can answer it anything. But speaking of super chats, Rolly, let's count them down. 3, 2, 1.
Bang!
$500 from KK Taylor. KK. Oh, spam KK Taylor in the chat. Wow!
Are you kidding me? This is unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Oh, we got boots. We got shot funds. This is insane. We're going to Vegas.
You're going to Vegas. You're going
Back
to Vegas. Back to Vegas. Get the PTO hours set up now.
Here we go.
Oh,
KK
my
Taylor.
goodness.
That's insane. I cannot believe what I just saw. Spam KK Taylor in the chat.
Are you
Steve Bayless sends it in. Unbelievable.
This is I can't even think.
Oh. Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
I am still shocked. I don't know what's going on anymore.
KK Taylor just tied the record for the largest super chat in chat sports in Seahawks Today history. Tied Mark Sanchez.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
This is insane.
Oh my gosh. I'm at a loss for words right now.
Me too.
This is just insane, folks. Insane. We got a lot to pay off here.
Yeah, I think the best way to do this is you'll do a boot, I'll do a beer shot fun at the same time.
Boot, beer shot fun at the same time.
Wow. I guess I'll go get this set up, guys. So.
Oh. Unreal. So KK Taylor says, there you go. Bring a friend. I'm bringing my wife. We're going to Vegas. Let's go. Insane. Hector, KK Taylor gets 5 spots on the Boot Hall of Fame. And we got a shot fun and a boot coming. Donnie says, Tyler, you're not going to work tomorrow. I'm going to be at work tomorrow. No, we're not giving up. Mitch, $500 Venmo. Oh, God. No, what the fuck? What the hell? KK Taylor, Boot Hall of Fame. Get the Boot Hall of Fame ready. KK Taylor, 5 spots on the Boot Hall of Fame. Insane. Absolutely insane. We're going to Vegas. Oh, my gosh. I need more stickers. There's Das Boot in all its glory. We're ready to go. Oh, my gosh. That was insane. We're going to Vegas. Back to Vegas. I just went to Vegas. And now we're going to Vegas. Oh, my gosh. Thank you, Geno. Shout out to Geno. It's getting hot in the studio. I'm going to take this shirt off. Give me a second, folks. Oh my gosh. This is wild. This is nuts. Absolutely nuts. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Just fine. All right. What? A little sweaty. Oh, more. 5 spots on the Boot Hall of Fame for KK Taylor. I got to induct KK Taylor 5 times before doing Das Boot again. This is insane. This is insane. Geno. They should extend Geno every day.
I agree. This is insane in the membrane, man. What does that shirt say, Tyler?
This is Honduras. My parents went there a couple weeks.
Roatan, right?
Roatan, Honduras.
I've been there.
Really?
Yeah, on a cruise one time. We stopped at Roatan.
So my parents went on a cruise a couple weeks ago, went to Honduras. They came back and brought me the shirt. I didn't get to go to Honduras. I just got a
It's a nice shirt, though.
long sleeve shirt out of it. Thanks. All right. KK Taylor. KK.
Is KK even in the chat? I haven't even seen him.
KK's been here.
Okay, he has. Like, I haven't seen him since he sent it in.
KK Taylor going in the Boot Hall of Fame with Geno. What a
Donnie
day.
says need to start a GoFundMe for Tyler's liver. Yeah, it might be in rough shape after today, guys.
You know, I got to tell you something. So, here's a little story for you, folks. As we induct KK Taylor in the Boot Hall of Fame. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, but not 4 times, but 5 times. Rolly, today I was going to only start drinking just at work. I was supposed to start like a diet of some sorts today. I think I'm going to push that off till tomorrow.
Why? You going to drink more when you go home?
Well, no, I mean, like, what I drank enough today. I'm like, yeah, what good does that do me? You know, I'm gonna need a good meal after tonight.
Yeah, where are you going to go? Taco Bell?
Maybe Whataburger.
Listen, I'll never forget that one Nick's
KK
night.
Taylor, yes, you bought a boot. We'll get to KK one thing at a time. See you in the chat. I'm getting you on the Boot Hall of Fame, and then we're going to get to the boot. Stand by. And Rolly's going to do shot fun and all of that. It's going to get crazy. Stand by. I'm getting your Boot Hall of Fame stuff ready. Shout out Geno. He got richer, and we got richer. Oh, man. Unbelievable. Geno better have a good year now. Don't let us down, Geno. You can't do that. You got to be good to us, Geno. KK Taylor, I guess I'm going to Vegas. KK Taylor said bring a friend. Rolly, you want to go to Vegas?
I'll have to check my schedule first, Tyler.
Okay. Maybe me and Rolly are going to Vegas with KK Taylor. That sounds like a good time. I was just in Vegas over the weekend. Went to some nightclubs. Went to a NASCAR race. It was awesome. Unbelievable. KK Taylor with 5 spots on the Boot Hall of Fame. And then I got to take down another Das Boot. KK Taylor, they can never take this away from you. They can't give you that Reggie Bush treatment. It's all about you. This is your day in the sun. You deserve this. You deserve all the good to you. KK Taylor, if no one tells you this, I'll tell you right now. I love you. And I hope that you have a great week and a great year. You know, Rolly, how about this? 1 year tomorrow marks 1 year for me with the company.
Congratulations.
What a way to celebrate
March 7th.
my 1 year.
Congratulations.
Unbelievable. I mean, this has been the best job I've ever had. People like KK Taylor, Mark Sanchez make my job unbelievable. And I'm not trying to make this about myself, don't get me wrong. But, I mean, just to think that what a way to cap off my first year with the 12s here.
Perfect. Couldn't be any better, I say.
Couldn't it be? You guys deserve it all. KK Taylor, welcome to the Boot Hall of Fame 5 times. So we started out today on the Boot Hall of Fame with 3 people on this new boot. Now we're at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
That's good stuff.
That's insane. Time for a boot.
I'll do it
Shot
at the
fun
same time
coming.
as you.
Oh, yeah.
So
He'll get the shot fun ready, and we will drink for KK Taylor. Just absolutely insane. What a day. What a day. 12s, you guys deserve it all. All the good tidings and joy to you. Unbelievable. This has been a lot of fun. All right. Rolly's getting the shot fun ready. A happy dad is what you're going with.
Yeah.
Is it happy dad's good?
Yeah, they're solid. I mean, when you're doing shot fun, you're not really tasting
Right.
it.
KK Taylor says, go Tyler. Go KK.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ready?
Thank you, KK. Yeah, let's do this.
So, ready for this? I'm going to hit the timer for you, do mine, and then hopefully get back to stop the timer before you finish.
Okay. I still haven't even used the bathroom yet. If this doesn't break the seal, I might have the best bladder of all time.
Might.
We're going to find out. All right, here we go, folks.
Alright. You go, I'll hit this.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Nothing like that time. It's alright, though. When you've done, this is the time.
22.4. Insane. Absolutely
I
insane.
gotta say, I actually had an incredible time here. I looked down at the clock after I finished mine. That's 7.
Unbelievable. That's insane. That's insane, folks. Wow. I'm at a loss for words. Oh my gosh. Shout out Geno. Shout out KK Taylor. What a time. What a time we're having. It is 8:26 on the West Coast, or on the East Coast. 5:26 on the West Coast. Tyler Jones, Nicholas Roloff here with you. Geno Smith signs a 3-year extension to stay with the Seahawks. And we have made over $1,000 in Super Chats today. KK Taylor's our MVP so far. Mark Sanchez showed up. All of our crew. I mean, the 12s, this you guys deserve it all. I mean, what a way to start the offseason, right? Think about this, Rolly. This was the first move the Seahawks really made of the offseason. And this is what what a way to get things going.
yeah, no better way to start it
Take
off.
care of your quarterback.
Then right, exactly. That's really it.
All right, shot clock time. I'm going to put 2 minutes on the clock. We get a super chat of any amount. We're staying live. Otherwise, we'll sign off and we'll call it a night here. Get some dinner, enjoy ourselves. We'll see what you guys. It's up to you guys. If you want to keep the show going, we can keep partying. We keep talking Geno. We can talk Pac-12 football, basketball. We can talk golf. I mean, you guys have asked us a number of things, and I've enjoyed myself. Rolly's enjoyed himself. Up to you guys. Let us know. We get a super chat in the next. We got 90 seconds on the clock. Any amount, we stay live. Otherwise, we sign off. Fresh 88 organic grows says Tyler is wasted. You know, I feel fine, to be honest. I haven't taken that many shots. It's been mostly just beer. I can't get drunk off beer, to be honest with you. I have to have liquor involved if I'm getting hammered. I feel okay. Still haven't pissed yet either. 1 minute gone by. Joseph says KFC. Do I need to eat some KFC tonight? I can't remember the last time I had Kentucky Fried Chicken, to be honest with you. Donnie says, go home. You're going to need rest. Next week is going to be busy. Next week's going to be wild. I can tell you that much. And he says I need rest. I took a red-eye flight to get to work this morning. I arrived in DFW about 4:15 local time.
You're gonna absolutely crash when you get back to your place.
Got back to my apartment at 5:15. Got a couple hours of sleep. I did sleep on the plane, and then went to work. Got here about 9:30, and it is 7:30 local time right now. So it's been about a 10-hour day in the office. I got 10 seconds on the clock before we sign off. Rolly, it has been a pleasure, my friend.
It's been one hell of a time, man. Like you said, we've been live for an hour 45, partying you with the 12s. I had a great time, man. You guys are awesome. Glad you can show out, and make sure to keep on tuning in. If you're one of those 100 people still watching, make sure you're tuning in on Wednesday for Tyler's live show, normal time, and all the videos we put out every week.
I'm going to put the sub link in the chat. If you're not already subscribed, you should be. Here's the sub link right now. If you had a good time today, I mean, folks, we do this type of stuff all the time. I mean, this is a great place to be. We take care of the 12s here. You guys are a unique fan base, and it's been my pleasure to be with you here this evening. We are done. Nick, thanks for being here with us. Tex held things down. The chat. We had appearances from Seeps was here. Chugs was here. I mean, it's the whole game. It's been awesome. Guys, what a day. Happy for Geno that he got paid. I mean, just on that note, real quick, Rolly. I mean, for Geno, what a long time coming, right?
Good for him. He's had a lot of ups and downs throughout his career. Glad he could finally get paid for how he's done.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, we're going to sign off. Folks, have a great night. We will see you on the channel throughout the week. Got another live show coming up Wednesday, 6